I forgot I was listening to on the playback the instrumental music. Bit daft that, wasn't it, of me to do that? That's life, isn't it? Anyway, what we're doing today, folks, let's just top that music off. Brilliant. Doesn't seem as though there's much feedback. Tell me if there's any feedback at your end, some interference. It's the more that I get psyched up, the more it seems to be interfering. So be good if you could let me know in the chat room, please. Welcome to you all on the what's the date? I forgot the date because my brain's a twizz already. You know, it gets during the day that I don't want to do this show because it's like, am I doing it right? Am I bringing the right information through? No, it's good now. Thank you very much. Am I bringing the right information through? What's happening? Am I good enough to bring information through? No feedback. Brilliant. Thank you very much. So this is me. This is every single day I do the show, and it's only because I want the best I can. I'm here to serve you. I'm here to serve you. I'm here, hopefully, to bring to you the information that makes you realise how bloody good you are, and you just seem to have forgotten it until recently. When I say recently, folks, I mean that we're all starting to wake up now, aren't we? And there are people that have been woken up for such a long time, and they're now standing to the front and being counted. And what I said last week regarding you being here and your mission, if you're still living on Earth, then you've still got a mission to do. If you're popping your clogs and going off on Earth, then your mission's over. And then you take a rest, you take a breather, you figure out what you want to do, or you might go off planet to Alaska. You might go off to that planet. And, you know, because we don't keep coming back to Earth, folks. We don't just do that. There is different planets, and we're all from different planets. And we've said this time and time and time again. You're only here on Earth visiting. It's temporary. However, you can change the vibration on Earth by your temporary visit, by the energy that you soak into yourself here, by the drama that you connect with. It's the drama you connect with. I'm going to say this quite simple now, folks, is that everything you feel, think, do has a reaction, not only to yourself, but onto Mother Earth and its inhabitants. And of course, those inhabitants could be you, and you could be living or working next to other people who are so filled with rage and upset that they want to get even with people. But for just you being in their vicinity, in their aura, or in their energy range, you could pick it up. You could pick up that discord, even if you're not discord and you're not ready for it. Because you're not ready for what is coming around the corner, your aura is not ready for an onslaught of negativity. It's relaxed. And this is what all the prophets used to say many, many years ago. Do not be relaxed. Be ready for anything from anybody at any time. Wow, when you think about that, be ready for anything from anybody at any time. What does it say to you? Well, to me, it means you've got to be prepared. Prepared to fight your corner, but not fight. There's a different word. Then they've just brought it to me now. There's a time to relax. Because when you fight, before you fight, you kind of relax. You kind of take a deep breath and think, okay, here we go. In for a penny, in for a pound. You sound a bugle and off you go. No. Now it's time for us to realise any time, any place, anything can come at you. So how do you prepare for that? Well, you relax into meditation. You relax in all-knowing. That is the right statement. All-knowing. Because you are a all-knowing divine creature that does not have its originality here on earth. You have your originality somewhere in the cosmos, in a different dimension, in a different planetary field, under a different energy. And by that divine will of the cosmos, call it God, in the body of God, that all the planets freely move and operate in that body that we call the God consciousness, the source. We move and we have an experience. Now, there's many of us who have come onto this earth and chose not to wake up to a certain time, not to be reminded of our adventure, shall we say, adventure. For when we have a venture, what is it? It's an adventure. It's a playground. Go back to when you was a kid. And some of you, that'll be a long, long way back. With me, only a couple of years ago. To get that English humour. Go back to where you had an adventure. Not to where you are now being locked up, being quarantined. Is that an adventure? No, that's not an adventure. An adventure is going for pictures and watching a horror and then going home and frightening your parents. Ugh, that's an adventure. But a horror story. Is this not a horror story we are in now? They're here. My people are here, and they say we're choosing the words to come on the back of, piggyback on the words of horror stories, adventure. You've chosen an adventure on Mother Earth, all of you. You've chosen different families to be born in, different nationalities, different sexes, different things wrong with you, hereditarily wrong with you, different ancestors that are going to come and look after you until they've moved on to a different vibration. You're born into different tribes with different reasons for different understandings. Some of you are born not knowing that you were or are quite spiritual, but you've done that on purpose for down the line in this incarnation. You take the trouble to find out, or you bump into somebody in the street or at the cinema, the supermarket, basically, and then you get talking, and then they mention something about star children, star seeds, indigo, crystal children. Wow, and it rackles the brain around. And you think, what the flipping heck is this going on? Then you start to, brain kicks in, the memories come back. Oh, I think, oh yeah. And then you might meet somebody else who might put more food for thought. Then you might go a little bit more and examine it, research it on the internet and join a group. Then you start to understand that you met that person at that time. That wasn't a coincidence. That was on purpose to get you to understand what's going on, to wake up. For we're all sleepers. Every one of us was a sleeper at one stage, and the sleepers now are waking up. We're a spiritual cell, all of us. There are spiritual cells all over Great Britain, all over the world. There are spiritual cells now just waking up and wanting the direction which way they should go in. Well, you could be that direction. You could be giving them a kind word. You could be pointing an arrow saying, this way, or that way, or in my case, that way. Go direct. Go direct to the source. So remember, you could be the lighthouse, shining light. You could be the arrow, and you're pointing people in the right direction. How do you know you're pointing them in the right direction? Because you feel it within your heart. You feel it within your solar plexus. Your soul comes forth from wherever it is. I had this conversation today with a friend of mine. She's 76 years of age and bright as a button. Meditates for 4 hours a day, and the stuff that she brings through, it makes my hair curl. Do you get that? It makes my hair curl. Do 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 do. What hair, you might say, but I don't care. It's very cheap on the hairdressers. I do it myself. And we had this conversation about, where does the soul really live? Where does the ego really live? What stops us from being our best? And we had this conversation, and it was I must have walked around twice. I didn't want to stop this conversation. It was food for thought. It was my amber nectar for the day, because I knew that I'd use it for tonight. Somehow I'll be able to bring the words and be a linguist with the words and look at one sentence and mar that with the back end of another sentence and make a complete new sentence and then add it to a paragraph of spiritual understanding. So that's what we're here for us to point ourselves in the right way. Once we've understood that we are on the right path, our path, we can share it with those who come looking, and we can help them to find their path. So, warning here, spoiler alert, if you're looking for help in finding your path, I'm here. The Counsel 12 are here, and they are 12 Ascended Masters, and if you look at my website, you know who they are. Jesus Christ, Mother Mary, Kuan Yin, Archangel Michael, Saint Germain, Paramahansa Yogananda, Metatron. That's 7 of them. And Shakespeare comes in sometimes with old world English language, and he's so funny. But talking about the 7, and there's 8 with Shakespeare, the other 4, they're floaters. They come in to give specific channelings at certain times for certain people or certain groups. If you're looking to connect for a reading, a consultation, life coaching, then the Counsel 12, you cannot do any better. But when they come in for a group, when they come in with their collective energy, it is unbelievable. It is like rocket science. It's like ballistic time. Hang on to your hat. It's really powerful. It's not spiritual guides and inspirers. It's not loved ones. It's the creme of the creme. It's the real top notch. And you might say, well, why have I got them? Well, I didn't know. They just turned up one day and they told me who they were. And I asked. And they said, because you can hold the energy. And it's like, wow. And they said, you're not scared of actually saying something. You've no filters on you. Other people don't want to say something because it might not have the same effect. They might lose popularity for it from saying something. Well, all I can say is that stuff popularity. If you bring in the truth and the proof through, look at Jesus Christ. He wasn't popular, was he? Hey, he got crucified. So who am I to be popular? And this is it. Sometimes you've got to be not scared. For when you stand up on a platform like this and you raise your voice, someone's going to take pot shots at you. But have you got the armour? Have you got the armour? I know. This was discussed many, many years ago when they contacted me and said, in past, you've been taking pot shots and they've hurt, so you've ducked your head. This is a life now to gain your voice, gain your strength, stand up and be once again what you are aiming for. That's to be a lighthouse that lights your way and brings love and light into your life, for you to understand it in the best way you can. Most mornings before my meditation, this morning I was meditating at 6:30 in the morning, got out of bed, drink of water, sat on a special chair with silk on it. So silk is the finest thing to stop negativity coming up. So I sit on this silk and it was like, wow, peaceful. Then my thoughts kept coming in. So you have to banish the thoughts, banish the ego, and try to understand and integrate the energy. And I said to the universe, or to God, that source, what God is, I say, will you show me in your way? But when you're showing me, can you tell me in a way that I can understand it? So I can integrate it into myself, first and foremost, so I can learn it, have an understanding of it, and then bring it forth to people who wish to understand it or wish to know about it. Whatever they do with it is entirely up to them. That's every morning I sit in meditation and I say this prayer. And sometimes, for those who meditate, you know the situation. Sometimes you're all over the place. Your mind, your ego doesn't want you to meditate. It wants you to get up and have a cup of tea or watch the TV or whatever, but not meditate. Because the ego's a pseudo soul, and it thinks it's in charge, but it's not. But the soul allows it to a certain point until it can yoke it back in turn, or back behind the soul. So this is what we're all here for, folks, at the moment, is to understand that the journey is for ourselves first and foremost. And it's a journey of going within. And when you go within, you don't go without. That's a fantastic saying, isn't it? If you go within, you don't go without. So if you go without, you should go within. So basically, it's telling people, showing people, learn about yourself, take the time to love yourself, no matter what's going on in your life. Cut out those that bring harm to you, that bring despair and drama. Cut out other things, that outside influence that bring all this to you. The thing in the box, the corner, the magic box, the box of evil, try to limit that and try to be as kind as you can to yourself, about loving and about understanding, because you're like a daffodil. You've been planted in the ground as a seed. So you've got to give yourself time to grow, time to come out of the soil. And as you start to shoot up out the soil, you feel the sun, you feel the rain, you suffer because the rain and the wind pelts you. And then the rain and the wind stops and the sunshine, and then you relax and you can feel like the breath of the source, the breath of God, giving you that wisdom. You know, some people say you've got to have the bad times to appreciate the good times, and I totally agree with that. But do we appreciate the good times when it comes? Do we rejoice with people? I try to. Not many people share their good times with me. You know, maybe because that's just the way it is. When you opt out to be a helper, I'll call it a messenger, if you want to say that, then people bring you they ask for you to give them help, to give them understanding so they can sort themselves out. Not many people come and share the good times, say, hey, I've had this and this and that, do you want to share in that? Really good. So I make the effort of any good times I have, I share it with my close ones. Yeah. So if you've got a good time, folks, share it with people. Share it with me. Send me a private message. Share me a good time. If anything that we've said, the counsel and I, throughout this time being on here, doing live streams or doing YouTube or readings and consultations, let me know, please. I'll get back to the chat board in a minute, but they're here and they're kind of merging their consciousness with me and allowing me to speak in a way that is down key, like sitting in someone's front room and having a conversation. Isn't it great? Do you not feel a peaceful energy, a relaxed, a calming before the storm? Now, they've just sneaked that one in before the storm. I wonder what the storm is. Oh my God, what is the storm? What's going on? The storm is, they're telling me now, the storm is when you realise that you've been right all the time. The storm will be like, the old fashioned says, a storm in a teacup. It won't be nothing special. to those who are not in tune. But for the ones who are in tune, it will mean everything. It will be the parting of the sea. It will be the releasing of the children from tyranny, right? Every light worker on this planet now is working towards releasing the children from tyranny, from the Egyptians. Let's go back and let's do something that we can picture. And they're being chased, aren't they? They've let them go. You may call the cabal, the dark forces. Okay, fine, because we're heading there. The dark forces, the cabal, have kept us in slavery for such a long time. But now we're waking up. And there wasn't one Moses comes along, right, and says, set my people free, or else they'll do different things. There's hundreds and thousands of Moses. Little Moses, big Moses, tall Moses, bald Moses. There's thousands of Moses coming along now and saying to people, let our people free. We are divine beings. We are not supposed to live in tyranny and capture and be chained on the dungeon wall and to be let off for sex trading, for human trafficking. This is not supposed to happen. It has happened. So, this is what the Storm in the Teacup is going to be all about. There is a passage coming, and the passage is for a length of 3 months, 12 weeks, where you will see, if you keep your eyes opening, the tide are turning. It's turning now. But you've got to, in a way, ramp up the barricades, because when the tide turns back into the sea, it rushes back up the beach with a gigantic force because all the power of the sea behind it. But if you know it's coming, you can build a dam and you can stop it. And then when the wave goes back out into the sea, you take your dam further down the beach, so you stop the wave from coming up the beach. This is how you reinforce yourself. This is your job. This is what's happening now. And countless Moses, hundreds of thousands of light workers called Moses, are freeing the people by shining their light on them, giving information that works for them and hoping that other people can understand what they're bringing forth and forward at that time, and hope it motivates them to live a more interesting life by asking questions and not being trapped and not committing and not consenting to anything that curtails your movement, either a chip or a vaccine. You are divine people. You are a sovereign being, and it's about claiming your sovereignty back now. And look what's happening in different parts of the world, different programs. Free speech is being eradicated. It's being chopped up and fed to the lions. So in a way, do you not think sometimes you have to stand out, come together as a sin army, a loving, powerful sin army? One person cannot do it alone. I cannot do this. So there has to be a coming together of united souls to form a front of sovereign beings pushing what you may call the darkness back. For if you push the darkness back, it will push back at the light. But knowing that, you bring reinforcements. Now we're talking in riddles, but you know what's happening here. For the ones who can understand our riddles, you know what we're saying. So you bring reinforcements, you train them, and in a period of time they come, and the front guard, the old guard, the early way showers, who may go back where they come from and have a rest, then come back and join the fight again, they leave the earth in a better place. for they've shared their wisdom with others who are ready and able to step forward, for they found the power within themselves. You are very powerful, beloveds, all of you. And it's about time you woke up and found this, because your willpower is strong as a chain and anchor that holds a battleship. The chain keeps the battleship secure when it's moored at sea. Stop it drifting. So you are as strong as a chain if you don't drift. So this is it. How strong are you? Do you feel it from your heart? Do you wish that every atom in your heart and your body that you want to step forward into the new you, into the super being, the Superman, the Superwoman, the Batman? They all fight those invisible foes, don't they, basically? Okay, some of them are physical forms. But you and we that watch at this time, we cannot fight this fight for you. All we can do is connect with those instruments, light workers, lighthouses, who wish to connect with us and allow us to merge our consciousness with them, so we can paint a picture for those who are listening at this time. If this makes sense to you, beloveds, watch the video again, please. But they just said, he likes being the star of attention. They have a sense of humour here and they're taking the mickey of me, but I don't care. For when you watch the video again and you listen to the words, they will sink in. Years ago, I used to do a radio program on Achieve Radio, and the engineer said, we don't like dead air. I said, what do you mean dead air? I thought he was taking the mickey, having no air on top of my head. He says, we don't like space on the radio. It's radio, so you got to keep talking. So I said, but I don't. I use a lot of space. And he said, why? I said, because when you speak and you don't say anything after, it gives the words or the sentence you've just said time to sink in. He says, oh, poppycock. So I said, okay, fine, no problem. So the week after, I was doing a show on Achieve Radio, and this engineer and I had a good banter. And halfway through the show, we played some music so I could have a drink and off to the restroom and then come back. I had put the cans on. He says, you're back? He says, yeah. He said, now I understand what you mean about dead air. He says, because I've been listening to what you've been saying, and when you've stopped talking, it's sunken in. For how can you take words, information, pictures, how can you digest them when somebody is always talking to you, talking at you, fast and furious? So now I do this when I talk to a call centre, or I talk to anybody who rings me up and they're talking very fast. I say, please slow your speech down. I say, I'll put the phone down. If they won't slow the speech down, and in time they slow the speech down and they can have a good conversation. And after they say, why did you want me to slow my speech down? I said, so I can digest it. He said, oh, right, fine. So this is why we ask you to, in a way, come back again, look at the video, share the video, for in there you'll find the safe combination. They were showing me, and I didn't know what they were showing me. They're showing me the combination for the safe. When you line the numbers up, the safe opens. And what you've got to do, thank you very much, this is a very cheeky way of bringing it through. You have to align with the energy. But if you don't align with the energy, you're not going to visit the sacred chamber. This is what it's all about. Sacred chamber, folks. You're not going to visit unless you line the energy up, the numbers. 1111, 2222, 333. Line the numbers up. Line them up. What do they mean for you? Feel the resonance of the numbers. Everything's in divine order. We're here by divine order. For we are nothing without the source. I could say, what I've been saying in my daily prayers, divine source or God, I am everything with you, but I'm nothing without you. For because of that source, I have incarnated on this planet for countless times. But without that energy, without that spark of God, divine source in me, I wouldn't be here. Are you following what they're saying and what I'm saying? They're giving me the words, they're painting the pictures. So sometimes we have to, in a way, phone home. And when we phone home, we gather that information that reaffirms our divinity. And that phone home is when we're at peace with ourselves. I'm at peace with myself now. And I'm sure my people are quite happy with the situation. I'm sure that when they want to channel, they will bring it through. So, this is tonight's show. It's peaceful. It's not stressful. There's no dancing and shouting and talking fast. But it's about merging our energy with him with you, so you can be the recipient of a cosmic energy which has got a divine twist coming soon. On that note, I will have a look. Hope you enjoyed that, folks. Well, that was interesting, wasn't it? That was not for me. Interesting. Right, so what's going on here? Let me just have a quick look. Wow, I've been on for 35 minutes. I see you in a blue mood. Yeah, I am. The vacuum cleaner. Yep. Hi, Dennis. Hi, everyone. Any questions, folks? Any questions you want answering? Then please let me know. Type them on here. Or if you want to come into the show, that's fine. It'd be really good. Nicola Wright. Hello, sister. I can't get the app live, so hope you can share a little of the recording if possible. Yeah, Nicola, all you have to do is El More, bring it forward. All you have to do is go onto Facebook page again, and because it's always there, it will be there. As soon as I finished with the show and I clock off, it's there. It's never taken down. So Nicola Wright, Lorraine Parts, good evening. How are you? How's the psychic artist going on? Julianne Ainsworth, you are fab, Dennis. Thanks for sharing the info. You're welcome. Something happened with the connection tonight. Keep stopping for some reason. Who's been smoking? Unity Consciousness. Hi, Dennis. Pamela Swan. Hello, Pamela, all the way from America. Well, there's people from all over the world here. You know, that's some notice today from Tasmania. Somebody sent me a thing from China, but I didn't open it because, you know, you don't know what you're going to get from China. Made in China, not anymore. Made in England, made in the good old USA. Yes, that's what it's all about. So, here we go. Let me have a drink. Let me drink my almond milk. I love this. This is really good. Oh. Oh, I feel like a baby. Oh, that is really nice stuff. Reminds me of Bailey's. In fact, I could have some Bailey's in, but alcohol's bad for me at the moment. Yeah. Been told to keep up alcohol and chocolate. I mean, what next? Why am I here? Why am I living? No alcohol, no chocolate. That's life, isn't it? Who cares? Hi Dennis, I'm in South Africa. What is the take on our situation here? Okay, fine. Okay. Well, Haley, guinea pigs. Guinea pigs. Ruling class. Manipulation. There's a movement afoot to reclaim South Africa for a computer savvy country that at the moment is lying under wraps, doesn't want to be found out what is happening. However, all this will be up in the air when certain whistleblowers come to the forth and explain what is going on. There is bribery afoot. There is incarceration of the people who will stand in the way of those who wish to manipulate for the greed of a wealthy country. You're asking a question that has not been asked. You're asking a question in real time as how the Council of 12 Ascended Master and those that go on beyond them are seeing this situation at the moment. And they're talking about the Red March needs to be stopped. So the Red March, and they're talking about China, needs to be stopped in a way that you build a dam that keeps the water behind that can nourish your own country. So basically it's building a dam of your resources for your own country, South Africa, to stop the thieves in the night coming forward and cultivating it for itself. Do you understand what is being said here? I do. Let me know in a chat. It's very, very important. That is a real-time question and a real-time answer from the divine people. Well, you see, when I connect, I have a channel here and it's open. And I slow my speech down, but at the same time, I've got this channel open here. And I have to look sometimes. I physically look what's coming. And I can see the pictures coming, and then I've got to put those pictures into words that you can understand. So, tell me more. Tell me, Haley, tell me more what's happening in your country. Anybody else has got an important question. Not a Mickey Mouse. We're not here for Mickey Mouse tonight. This is why it's gone on so calm and so soft. This is why the council are here now. And they're telling me they've got other people behind them. So I've not only got the council here, I've got other people that overshadow the council. And they're telling me the collective conscious of one. Now I'm going shivery. Oh, I've just gone really cold. Oh, I've got pins and needles all the way through my body. That is definitely... They're just telling me, Dennis, we will bring the information. All you have to do is speak it in the way that you find possible at this moment, at this time, for those who are listening. For those who will listen later when the word goes out. Do not be scared of standing up, because they told me years ago they would protect me. They told me when I was driving my car They said, don't worry, Dennis, we will look after you. Then the car filled up with white light, and I ended up at home, and I was nowhere near home. The car got me home with the white light in it, and I can tell you things after and before that, but I'm just making it easy now. So any questions, folks, about South Africa, about vaccinations, about anything, or about yourself, about your soul, put them in there, let me know now, because I'm not here all night, because they're not here all night. They've got a job to do, I've got a job to do, so let's have it, let's go for it. Don't be scared of pulling your punches. I mean, where else on Facebook? Where else on YouTube? Well, I'm not streaming to YouTube now, it's too hard work for me. It's not hard work, I don't have many followers on YouTube, don't know why, just can't get the hits down there. But how many people are doing this kind of show now when they've got instant access to a group of ascended masters that goes beyond that, and you can get the answers or information that you were searching for if you're strong enough to actually ask the question, and then don't jump to conclusions, but listen to it again after, listen to the broadcast after. This is not Mickey Mouse, folks. This is not tarot card or mediumship or clairvoyance. This is direct connection with the higher source beings. Take it or leave it. It's up to you. This is what you get in when you have readings and consultations. You get direct communication. Ask the people who've had communication with the Council of 12. They were blown out. What happens here when people come, and there's people in the chat room who know, who've been here, and they felt the energy, and they've not wanted to go home. They've not wanted to leave. They wanted to stay because they didn't want the night to end, because the healing energy is unbelievable. So, there you have it. Sonny Gale, Hans, thank you very much, Sonny Gale. Nice to hear. Hey, I've seen it playing out, but not sure how to warn people are present as issues, extreme measure. I know what's happening, not sure of my role. Haley, your role is to go into meditation. Find out what your role is. Find out what your role is in meditation, and then do it, be it, live it. And that's how, once you get confirmation, you'll be given more confirmation. You'll be at the right place at the right time, speak to the right people. That's how you do it. Pamela, I'm having a hard time with staying centered and what my purpose is. Well, you know, Rome wasn't built in a day. It's dead easy. All you have to do is have persistence, be patient. If it's not working one way, do it another way. I mean, the best thing I can say is not every meditation suits all people. So you've got to find a meditation. You've got to find some kind of relaxation that when you relax, you let down the filters. Then upstairs, your guides and inspirers can come in. So that's another thing you've got to do. Give your guides a hard time. Give them a hard time. Put them to task. They should be helping you to be the best version as you can. So if they're not, just say, I want fresh guides. I want guides that will help me. I want those masters that will come and give me information that I can integrate and learn from. And then when I've learned, integrate it, I can bring it forth in my love, in a manner that other people can understand. That's what you should be asking. Pamela, you should be asking that. You should be demanding, not asking, demand. You know, the universe knows what you want, but if you don't want, it can't give it you. So you have to be like on the ball. You've got to be the lighthouse. You've got to be the Moses. Even though your name's Pamela, change your name, Pamela, to Moses. And be that leader. Even if you've got no one to lead at the moment, just lead yourself and talk to many people that you can. Just drop the word in, drop the seed in. Then somebody else is going to come along and water the seed. Not your job to drop the seed in, water it, bring the sunshine, cultivate it. It's not your job. Let somebody else do that. My job is to drop the seed in. And yes, to cultivate it to a point, to bring information through, like we just brought information through from South Africa about the Red Army. and about other things that are happening. There's something going into the ground in South Africa. There's something that is having your ground in South Africa is not being fertilized properly. There's something it's not being fertilized properly. And that's all they're showing me at the moment. Nothing, thank you. Say nothing can grow in South Africa at the moment because of the underlying negative forces that are on the crystalline grid that lie on the crust of South Africa. All that negativity has got to be swept away, and there's got to be those in a way who are willing and able to stand up and be a lighthouse. Form the groups, be a lighthouse for each other, and that as you form a group you become more powerful. Individually, not very powerful, but as a collective consciousness, powerful. This is what the Council of 12 said to me the first time they came. Second time they come, they said, individually we are famous household names, but we come as a collective group because it's more powerful. But individually we will come and speak, but as a collective consciousness of the Council of 12, they are so powerful, phenomenal, unstoppable, but they can't do anything because a lot of people they just want to be told what to do. They don't want to work at it. They want to be shepherded by the herd, by the governments, by being told to go back on that dungeon wall, put the chains on yourself and whip yourself at the same time. And by the way, starve yourself. They would say he was doing it. That's what they want you to do. They've got you trained. So come out of here and live in here. Remember, you are a divine, sovereign being. You're not supposed to be trapped. You're supposed to live free. And if you're on the earth now, you're here to bring love and light to yourself and to the earth at this time. And they just said, we concur, we agree. You said that, we concur. It's like they're staying here now, they're standing here and they're listening and they're feeding. I'm not a puppet for them. They merge their consciousness with me and I with them. While we're talking about sharing, can you share this on your page? Can you share it in your news feeds now? Let people know what's going on. The more people that we can get rally around, the more that we can free our children, free our people from tyranny, the more chance we've got an army moving forward. This is what it's all about, folks. Gathering speed, gathering energy, gathering momentum, and having the love and the power to know that we can do it. We are just bloody fantastic. But we've been shepherded, we've been kicked in the gut, kicked in the head so many times by those who do not want us to wake up. And we are waking up. Different power people and different in America got the information coming too fast now, and I can't keep up with the information. Look at Donald Trump. Look at how they're going at him because he's fighting on all fronts. That is a light worker, whether you believe it or not, whether you disagree or agree with me, fine. If you disagree, it's fine. But look at the good he's doing. And there's people who are not heard of who are doing the same thing. But what happens in America happens in different countries. So no saying. I saw it today and I saw this statement and I thought, I've been thinking that for years. What happens in America happens somewhere else later. So all that stuff in America now, with the people being knocked off, with the people being trafficked, with the children, all that stuff, that's here in England. But they've turned a blind eye to it. The Parliament turned a blind eye to it. They knew about child sexual predators years ago, but the government turned a blind eye because they didn't want to do it. Now it needs to be brought out in the open. Look at David Icke. His programs or his videos are being banned on YouTube. Why? Because he's upsetting the establishment because what he's saying is probably true. Look at it yourself. Read some of David Icke's stuff. Listen to David Icke. Listen to Magenta Pixie. You know, not many people give other people credit. Well, I will. I'll give David Icke credit. I'll give Magenta Pixie credit. David Hawkins and other people, not David Hawkins, I forgot the name at the moment because they're letting me just ramble on here. He was in a past life, he was Edgar Casey. Somebody will no doubt type it up for me there. So all these people, give them credit, research, stand up. Real London, there's a TV thing called Real London. They're bringing the truth through, and it's manipulation. And all the power wants to put you down. They do. They do consider us a threat. So if they consider us a threat, what have we got to do? We've got to be that threat. We've got to, because they won't like things happening to them. You know, this planet is a gift of free will. We're born with a gift of free will, all of us. So we've got the gift of free will to allow other people to chain us up. Or we can say no. Those people who run the governments, who run those dark forces, they've chosen to keep us dumbed down. That's their gift of free will. We don't have to take it. We do not have to take it. So it's up to us as a divine sovereign being to say, I do not consent. On your bike. This is me. This is Denis speaking from the heart. You know, a lot of people are talking about love and love coaches and being nice to people. Well, that's airy-fairy. You've got to, in a way, already have that and love yourself to be strong enough to say, this no more. Stand up for yourself. David Wilcox, thank you very much. Thank you. Yeah. Oh. I'm taking a few moments and just seeing what. This is real time, folks. This is real time. I'm waiting for them. And sometimes they go upstairs and they go and get the information that I'm searching for. And sometimes they say, we can't give it, Denis, because we're still waiting for them to give us the information before we give it to you. So this is why sometimes I go quiet and I think, okay, fine, what's happening next? Isn't it great? Isn't it lovely? There's no death. We just transform into different energy. And if we're lucky, we come back. Or if we're not lucky, we come back. Well, if we're lucky, we can go to a different planet and have a different experience. Wow, isn't it great, eh? You think about the blue. I'm having a blue day. Yeah? White slacks. Oh, I've been working hard this last week. I've actually put a patio down on the veranda. And it's took me 3 days. I'll tell you what. I know I've got muscles in my body, but I didn't know they existed. My back, my legs, my arms, my neck. I got sunburn, top of my head, back of my ears. And today I'm feeling a little bit better, but I'm not right. So I had to go for a walk and I come back and I just felt 192. I really felt. And I'm laughing at myself thinking, well, it's only a body. My consciousness is all right. That's fine. And I was laughing my head off at myself. So that's mine, like Saturday, Sunday, Monday and Tuesday. Yeah, Tuesday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday. Tomorrow I'll probably paint it, all being well. And I'll probably sit in meditation and think, what the hell have I just said tonight? What's going on? You see, I'm real. I'm in the real moment. Not giving materialistic readings, not giving clairvoyance reading, bringing information through that's being brought to me. People in different parts of the world ring me to say, Denis, what can you see about this? And I look and I give it to them. And they might ring back later and say, wow, fantastic, that's really helped us a lot, which is great. So if you're looking for readings, consultations, life coaching, channeling designed especially for you, no better than the Council of 12, the Ascended Masters, the Consciousness as One, and the Galactic 7. Wow. This is real, folks. This is not Mickey Mouse. This is real. So, any more questions? It's now 5 to 10. 5 to 10. We've got 5 minutes more. Short but powerful. Short but powerful. So here we go. People are so brainwashed, yeah. David Wilcoxon, yeah, told you it. It's right to have the jury out. You know, it's right to have the jury out. Go with yourself. Me personally, it makes a lot of sense. I won't say that I agree with everything, because I'm sure David and I won't agree with everything I say. So I always say to people, reach out and learn yourself. Understand it. Ask questions. Don't give up asking questions. Go down the rabbit hole, folks. Go down the rabbit hole. Grab the rabbit and bring it out. Spank its bum until it tells you what's going on. You've got to be your own detective. You've got to be a Columbo. You've really got to ask the questions, because if not, you're going to be taken for a ride. Be put back on that dungeon wall again. The light has been shown, the crack has been shown, and the crack's getting wider now. And there's some of us we've got a wedge, and we're hammering the wedge in the crack to crack it open. While the ones behind the crack are trying to cement the crack so we can't see what's going on. But we have to. This is what we call ascension. This is the promised land. Go back to Moses. He took his people to the promised land. This is the promised land, but we've been promised fool's gold by those who want to keep us trapped. That's it. We want the real gold now. We want our gold. We are sovereign, golden people. All of us. I'm asking. The reason I've gone quiet, folks, as you know, like I said before, I'm asking. I'm seeing what is out there for you. You're doing Ascension course with David Wilcott. Brilliant. Yes, D echoes every question as an answer, never answer as a question. You're right about that. Let me leave this with you, and then I'm going to call it quits, folks. I feel the energy has run out now, and I don't want to go on and be Mickey Mouse. Pontius Pilate washed his hands of the vibration of charging Jesus Christ. Look at this story. People are washing their hands of us because they've just said before, we wash our hands. I'm thinking, well, what? Why? And I'm going, what do you mean you wash your hands? And it's like, oh, right, I understand. We wash, they upstairs wash their hands because they cannot judge us. They cannot judge us, the slaves, and they cannot judge those who wish to entrap us, keep us trapped. So upstairs washes their hands of the situation because they can't do anything about it. So they leave it to the population on Earth, hopefully to steer Earth in its right direction. If not, think about this, there could be another Atlantis, but on a bigger scale. It's far off, but this technology being groomed, being harvested and cultivated for a mass wipeout. That is direct. It's different in different planets. This is happening on Earth at this time. So how do you change this? You change the way you think, you change the way you feel, you change the way you communicate. You come together as an army of love. What they've just told me now, that is not general information. So please share this with those who you know will benefit from it. For it is like him sowing the seed and the seed not growing. For we wish to bring the seed and the gardener and the spiritual gardener, the waterer, the holy water, the knowledge into the seed. If the seed doesn't want to open up and invite this knowledge in, there is nothing that we can do for the seed at this moment. Think about that again, folks. Play that back again and let me know what it says to you. Because what has just been said now is phenomenal. Real time, real wording, and real confirmation. But that's up to you to decide. I know it's real. Once again, it's been a pleasure talking to you again. I'm asking if there's anything else they will wish to bring through at this present time. And they're saying, we washed our hands of you. They're rolling about laughing. They're rolling about laughing. They said, when you come over here, you'll see the folly of it all. You will join us in rolling around laughing and see it all as drama. But if you go within, you reject the drama. So, from our partner, Denis, our conscious channeler, we bid you good evening or good day wherever you are. We're here at your service if you wish. We leave that to you. Please share this video far and wide, for there's more to be said about this in the coming weeks. Rest, our friends, for your journey, for your realization is coming true. Namaste. thecounselor12.com. Have a look at the website, thecounselor12.com. Send me a message on Facebook. Tell me what you think. Share this with your people, please. Let people know that the counsellor here and they bring in through forward, real-time information. If you only allow itself to listen. Good night, folks. See you next week. Definitely. I'll pull out with this.
Are you looking for spiritual guidance in all areas of your life? Are you looking for direction and purpose on your spiritual path, along with insight into how the world is now? Are you seeking divine guidance as you merge more into your higher self? Are you expressing yourself to others from the mind rather than the heart? And are you seeking a higher knowledge that resonates with your everlasting soul? Well, if you can answer yes to any of those questions, and Denis Barnes and the Council of 12 are here to assist you as you walk amongst the jungle of mankind. For more information, visit www.denisbarnes.com. That's DenisBarnes.com.